look gorgeous. Thank you for coming back.
Oh my gosh, I always love being here.
How you doing? How's the fam? How are the kids? How's Malcolm?
Everybody is doing great. Malcolm's doing great.
Send him my regards, please.
I will.
Yeah.
He loves you.
I love that little kid. He's so cute.
Yeah.
How old is he now?
He's 4, and Maymay is 18 months.
Oh my gosh.
I know, and they're just little best friends, and they're just the best.
Oh my! And you told me that Malcolm's into jujitsu.
Yeah, I just got him into jujitsu about a
4?
month. Yeah. Well, I did martial arts growing up. You know, it was very important to my mom, and so all the kids in our family, we had to do martial arts, and we had to do it until we made black belt. So it was very important in our family.
Really? What kind of?
Taekwondo.
Wow.
And so I was like, it's really important for me that he gets into jujitsu, and it's so cute because he's in there, and before he, goes in there, he bows before he, walks onto the mat. It's so cute. I know, it's the sweetest thing.
He's this big, yeah.
I know, it's so cute. But the other day, I was getting him changed, just putting on his gi and tying his belt, and we had spent the whole day playing outside without shoes on.
Yeah.
And so I looked at his feet, I was like, they're filthy. I was like, let me just wipe them down. He was like, no, I don't want you to. And I was like, no, you have to. Like, they're so dirty. And he was like, why do I have to wash my feet? And I said, well, because you're gonna share the mat with other kids and you need your feet to be clean. So he begrudgingly let me, wipe his feet off. And then as soon as I was done, he bolted. He was about to step off onto the street. And I was like, Malcolm, you're gonna get your feet dirty.
Yes.
And he turned around and gave me that look. Yeah. And then he almost stepped off, and as soon as he had one foot in the air, I went, hey, respect the dojo. And I was like, who is that? I was like, am I a tiger mom?
Respect.
I had no idea that I even had that in me. Who says that? Respect the dojo.
I love it.
I have never said that in my life.
Maybe it was ingrained in your mind.
It must have been a sensei, years ago. I mean, my first sensei, Master Yoon, he said things like that.
Respect
and I don't
the dojo?
talk like that.
I think it's a T-shirt now. You have to make that. I love respect the dojo.
Respect the dojo.
Oh my gosh.
And then and by the way, it worked. He respected the dojo.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
see, he learned.
Right. Yeah,
that's right. Good kid, Malcolm. Your husband is the very funny John Mulaney, who we love, and you are very funny. I would assume your kids have great senses of humor.
They're very fun, funny kids, and John and him, make jokes all the time together, and he'll often ask me to make up a joke or give him a new joke and things like that. So,
yeah. Do you have any good ones to give him?
Yes. Yesterday, I gave him a joke. Why do ducks have feathers on their tails?
Why?
To cover their butt quacks.
Come on. That's a great joke. That's a great joke. Oh my God, I love that. I never heard that one.
And you know what he said? He goes like this, ha ha.
Really?
Yeah, that's, it's like a courtesy laugh, but that's what he does when he thinks it's funny, but he doesn't really want to laugh.
Yeah.
I get that a lot. John gets the big laugh, so with me he goes, ha ha ha. It feels a little insulting. I'm like,
no,
I don't need your courtesy laugh.
But maybe it's the thing, because I feel like comedians all do this. Like, John probably does it too. Like, when a comedian hears a funny joke, it's almost like they do Paul Schaefer. They just go like, ah.
Yeah, you know what? John will do this. I might say something, he goes, that's funny.
That's exactly right.
There's no laughter.
No, your brain is kind of, I don't know if you're a little jealous, I don't know what it is, but your brain goes, oh, that's funny.
Yeah. He's just trying to.
He really means it.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Before you made it in Hollywood, you told me that you were an extra in a couple things. And one was a great story. I did not know this, but do you mind telling everybody what show you were in?
Well, I was, the first extra job I ever got was Gilmore Girls.
I love Gilmore Girls.
I was in Stars Hollow. Can you believe it?
What was it
like? So.
Rory, Lorelai.
Yeah, Lorelai and Rory and all
Paris
of them.
Geller,
Yeah.
it's my jam. Are you kidding me?
So when I came out to California, I drove myself, and then my girlfriend gave me this book. It's called An Actor's Guide, Your First Year in Hollywood. And I was like, this is it.
Yep.
This will get me to, I'll make it this way.
I love these
books.
So
I was reading it on my drive, and every time I'd pull over and I'd go to the hotel, I'd be like, I gotta read, I gotta figure out what to do. And it said, to become an actor, you need to join the union, the SAG union.
Yeah, of course.
And the way to do it is becoming an extra and getting pink slips. And so you can do certain kind of jobs as background artists, and they give you these special pink slips, and you get 3, and you can turn that in for a union card. You get there to Central Casting. I don't know if you've ever seen it or been there, but out the door, down the block, around the block, that's how long the line is.
Yeah, of course.
And so I'm in this line, at the back of the line, holding my passport.
It's Hollywood.
So excited, smiling ear to ear. No one else is smiling. Everyone else is miserable. And I'm just like, guys, we're gonna make it. Everyone here, we're all gonna make it. This is so exciting. Look at us.
We're in the land of dreams, man.
Look at us.
We're all gonna be stars.
This is so exciting.
That's the attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't lose that attitude.
I had that book with me, like, you guys, you need the book?
Yeah.
And so the first job I ever got was on Gilmore Girls. And I mean, when I say that, you think that I was on No, I was like so far in the back. You couldn't, I mean, I even told my mom, watch, I'm gonna be on Gilmore Girls. And she was like, I didn't see you. And I was like, yeah.
What episode? What?
Okay, I don't remember any of that stuff, but I do. I remember it was a winter scene.
Okay, yeah.
And the reason I remember that is because, so when they asked you to bring some of your own clothes, so you can like, you know, they don't have to like provide clothes. And so I go into the, you know, background holding, and I'm again the only one smiling at 4 a.m. Yeah. And I'm like, hey guys, hey. And they're just like, ugh. And then there's this one guy, he sees me, he's like, come over here. I'm like, okay. So I sit down next to him. He reaches over, he hands me a red scarf. He goes, put this on. Wow. I was like, why the red scarf? And he's like, so that they can see you in the background. He's like, so if you wear something bright and colorful, you'll always be seen on TV. And I was like, that's amazing. And then he also gave me some more tips. He was like, bring Tupperware so that you can eat lunch and then also bring more lunch home for yourself tomorrow. So I learned
That's great advice.
It was great, yeah.
Because when you're a struggling actor, you don't have money for food. No, you don't have food.
So when he ended up on the episode, you saw his red hat.
Wait, that guy?
He had a red hat and I had a red scarf, but he was doing stuff like this. Like I was just sitting there doing it. It was a scene where Lorelai was getting some of the people in the town together to rile them up. You know that scene?
Yeah.
It's like the scene, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to remember. I've seen this.
I think they do that a lot.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Do you want me to pretend I'm Lorelai and you'll be the guy?
Okay, you'll be
Yeah, you'll be the guy. I'll be Lorelai. Right?
And it was a coffee shop.
All right, so it's a coffee.
Okay, so
right,
you'll be
I'll be
there.
Lorelai. Yeah. Guys, we have to talk about, but we have to. Guys, we want to make sure the lunch one. We're going to make sure that you're there. And okay? You got it? All right, let's go. That's perfect. All right, great. Did he make it in? Did he make it in the show?
He made it in the show.
Yeah, but
I think I would have just been.
But look at you now. Your friends and neighbors, congratulations
Thank
on
you so
Apple
much.
TV. The first episode, season 2, comes out tomorrow. It's already picked up for season 3. Come on, Olivia Munn. That's how you do it.
Yeah, thank
you guys have great chemistry on the show. Great cast, Amanda Peet, John Hamm.
And now James Marsden.
And now James Marsden, by the way. Here's you and James Marsden, by the way.
Yeah, that's us at our party the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. Have you known James for a while?
I actually have known James, but I've known him for so long. So I was born in Oklahoma, but I'm raised in Tokyo. And then at the age of 16, we came back to Oklahoma. And I went to this high school where it was incredibly difficult to make friends, you know, because at that age, everyone already is friended up.
Yeah.
And I had a really difficult time, but there was one person who asked to be my friend, and her name is Jenny Marsden, and it's James's little sister.
No way.
Yeah, so he was already on the CBS show, and he'd already had his like big break in Hollywood, and she's like, oh, my brother's coming back, and I asked him to take some of my friends out to dinner, and so he took us out to dinner, and then out to ice cream at Brahms, and it was a really wholesome night.
No way.
And but there's no way that it would have been impactful for him, right? Like it was just like his, you know, taking his sister's friends out. But for me, it was like, it just was so like life-forming in that moment because I was like 1 degree away from somebody who made it. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in the same city. And being close to this sister, Jenny, it just made it more attainable. You know, this lofty goal. It was like, oh, if somebody else made it, maybe I could make it too. And it wasn't for like 13 or 15 years later where I've had some success and I'm in Hollywood and I'm at this party and I see him across the way and I'm like, oh my God, there's
He'll
no
never
way.
remember,
So I went right over to him and I was like, you're not gonna remember me, but like, you took us out this one time when I was 16 years old and he like vaguely remembered and we just were friends since then. And now we're working together.
Yeah, that full circle now. You're working together. It's a fantastic story. What's happening with season 2? What's going on? How do we set up what's happening in season 2?
So season 2 is, you know, James Marsden's character comes in like the Great Gatsby, like the Count of Monte Cristo. And my character is at like just the bottom. She is just out of prison and she has lost everything and no one wants to be her friend and she's just a social pariah. And so she's trying to make her way back into everyone's, good graces.
Yeah, perfect. It's great drama, but also a little bits of sprinkles of comedy in there, and you're really great. I want to show a clip. Here's Olivia Munn in season 2 of Your Friends and Neighbors. Take a look.
Sam, you made it.
The place looks great. How did you do all this so fast?
How did I do all this? I have a team.
Of course you do.
Come on, let's get you a drink.
Oh, thanks, but I just wanted to stop by and congratulate you. I'm not staying.
What? What do you mean you're not staying? Of course you're staying. You're my only friend in Westmont Village. You can't leave me here with all these people. Come on.
These people will love you, but I just don't have it in me to deal with all the withering mean girl stares tonight.
Oh, they don't love you.
I've burned some bridges.
Well, take it from someone who's elevated bridge burning to an art form. There's always another way across. Come on, one drink.
No, I'm gonna go.
Are you sure?
No?
Ooh, come on now, Olivia Munn! Season 2 of Your Friends and Neighbors premieres tomorrow on Apple TV. We'll be right back, everybody.